Most of the major banks have lowered some of their interest rates on home loans. Kiwibank even has a special rate that is now below 5%. But we want to ask the question, does it really make any difference to the prospects of home ownership, particularly for first-home buyers? The cost of housing is higher than it has ever been when you relate it to incomes at its highest level in our history. On top of that, the Reserve Bank is thinking of tightening up on lending by forcing buyers to have a larger home deposit before they can qualify for a mortgage. We all remember back to the 90s when you could have as little as 5% and get a home. That will be drifting out to 20% increasingly often. Kate King went to find out if you do have enough for a deposit, what you can get in a market where first-home buyers are becoming rarer by the day.
Come on, let's play Monopoly, cash fund and ritzy property.
It's often said it's the simple things in life which give us the most pleasure, like playing a board game, for example. But while I can afford to snap up property on here, it's becoming increasingly difficult in real life.
500,000 in front now at 5, and at 500,000 I'll take $10,000 rises from there. 500,000, call it 510.
Barfoot and Thompson auction room, Wednesday, 1 p.m. It's packed. In this room there are first home buyers, people downgrading, people upgrading, investors and of course the agents.
The prices that are being paid are what people are prepared to pay for them and what the owners are prepared to sell, and that's what governs real estate, full stop. It's not about how much people can afford.
And that is why $500,000 couldn't buy this 4-bedroom home in Hillsborough.
Good buying here, 530, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. At 530, not quite there. 615 is the top bid here, but not at a level to see the property sold.
In fact, these days, $500,000 can't even buy you an average house.
I remember in the 70s, you know, the average house price in the 70s was about twice the graduate salary. Now it's about 8 times. So even if you have 2 people together, that's still 4 times.
Let's put this in perspective. In New Zealand 10 years ago, the average house price was $193,000. Today it's more than double to $402,000. That's a rise of more than 100%. 10 years ago the average wage was $38,000. Now it's $52,000, a rise of 37%. So how is anyone buying real estate?
Just wondering if you own your own home at all.
I don't at the moment, no.
Are you looking?
Yes.
And how's that going?
Slowly.
It's pretty tight, pretty tough.
Seeing from my mother, she's, almost 50 years old and she still can't afford to buy a house.
I just think it'll be beyond my financial reach, yeah.
You just need to plan it and work towards it and easy peasy.
What's out there is just so poor quality for such high money, a lot of maintenance and all that, so not worth it.
So the average house probably can't be bought on the average wage.
No, that's a fair comment.
Last year, Barfoot and Thompson sold 676 properties for over $1 million. In March this year alone, they've sold 99.
Third and final time. It is going, it is gone. Sold to you, sir. Congratulations.
In New Zealand, there are more than 35,000 properties estimated to be worth $1 million. 20,000 of those are in Auckland. So who's buying those houses? Is it rich people or middle-income people who are overcommitting themselves? And should banks be reined in when it comes to mortgage lending?
Solution's twofold. First thing is the Reserve Bank has to change this policy where it's telling the banks that they should lend on mortgage more than on anything else. So, you know, lending on houses should be less risky than lending on for businesses. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that we should essentially have a tax on capital in New Zealand, and that includes houses.
I'll build a house and watch my fortune grow, passing go.
Once upon a time not that long ago, $1 million was a lot. Now, what can you buy for that sort of cash?
Good development site at 700, first call second, third final 725, 725, which make it 750.
This 3-bedroom in Point Chevalier sold for over $800,000.
At $1,050,000, I look for $25,000 more.
$1,050,000 wasn't enough to reach the reserve on this 5-bedroom Epsom property.
675, 7.
And this one? The brochure states it's a 5-bedroom villa with 2 bathrooms, a sleep-out, a courtyard on a 1,517 square metre section in the West Auckland suburb of Avondale. Reserve $1 million.
From there, at 980, sir, coming back in down here, 980,000, chase your people bidding. At 980, I sell, it is going, it is.
That's right, sold to this man.
Just a few minutes before you put your bid in, it was at 725,000.
Yeah.
What happened? Why did you go to 980?
Because they have a reserve. So they have $1 million reserve, so they can come down. So I take it.
What are you getting for your $1 million?
If I subdivide it, I can sell, I can pop it to $300,000.
On
That's
top
all.
of it?
Yeah. It takes 2 years.
From a family home to a subdividable investment property, Mohammed's 4th.
That's the big issue, is that the price of houses nowadays is so high that we have this major cohort of people, younger people, who just can't get on this gravy train because all the speculators are out there buying houses not to live in necessarily, but just to make money out of. And that's the cancer that I keep talking about. That's what we have to deal to.
We'll roll the die and let our worries fly away. Let's play.
Kate King with that report. Even we who live in Auckland are incredulous about some of the prices up here.